Hello. Welcome back to Module 6, Information Creation as a Process. Today, we will cover Section 3, the research paper. In this video, which will be the first of two on the subject, we will talk about academic writing and the process of writing your paper. Academic writing is altogether different in form and function than creative writing. Academic writing contributes new knowledge and perspective to an ongoing scholarly conversation. This style of writing can include research papers, essays, articles, abstracts, theses, and dissertations. The process of academic writing will help to develop strong skills in objective written communication and a formal style of writing. These proficiencies will translate to improved language skills and a better understanding of a given subject. The intellectual effort involved will fortify critical evaluation and analytical thinking skills and strengthen your sense of logic. The results of critical thinking are communicated through your writing. Academic writing enhances research skills and the framing of research questions. As a side benefit, research work can assist you in personal organization. Expository writing is a style of composition presenting a balanced, objective description that explains, illuminates, or exposes a specific topic using evidence. Persuasive writing is a form of writing that seeks to convince or influence the reader to adopt a certain viewpoint through the development of valid and sound arguments, and the use of careful word choices and rhetorical appeals. Inquiry writing is a process of writing that poses questions, then leads the reader in search of answers by collecting and evaluating evidence. The academic writer should take an objective stance to the greatest extent possible. Readers should be presented with fact and trusted to come to a reasonable conclusion. A certain amount of subjectivity will always be present due to the writer's decision of which facts to include and how they are explained. However, the academic writer should strive to remain objective and unseen by the reader. Use the information that is absolutely necessary. A surplus of information will make a paper dense and difficult to understand. Being concise yet comprehensive is a balancing act but still an effective strategy. Write the paper in third-person tense to create an objective tone. Be prudent with adjectives. Adjectives can add vitality to creative writing, but too many adjectives in academic writing create subjectivity and diminishes credibility. Do not use contractions. Contractions should not be used in professional or academic writing. Other expressions to avoid include idioms and clichés. Idioms are figurative phrases that have no literal meaning. Clichés are overused and tired words and phrases that no longer carry the impact they once did. Both can be signs of lazy writing. The basic structure of a research paper includes the abstract, the introduction, the body, the footnotes or endnotes, in-text citations, and the bibliography, works cited page, or reference list. We have covered the definitions for these elements when discussing scholarly journals and databases in Module 2 Section 5 of this series. The structure for your particular assignment may vary according to your instructor. Be sure to consult the assignment's rubric. Other elements common to academic writing include 12-point font. Times New Roman as the font face, although this may vary according to the instructor. 1-inch margins on all sides. The beginning sentence of all new paragraphs consistently indented 1/2 inch, and line spacing, which should be double-spaced between all text lines of the manuscript, single-spaced when using block quotes, and no extra spaces between sections or headings. Now, let's move to the process of writing itself. To understand the communication need, you should consider the purpose, the intended audience, and the topic in order to determine the best type of written communications to use, including the genre or style, format, and medium. Before writing your first draft, organize your research notes. Search for common ideas, comparable concepts, or connected themes. Develop a system for identifying these initial groupings. Some writers use one or more colored highlighters. Others label the potential headings in the margins. Remember to be flexible, as these groupings will likely evolve over time. Identify the ideas. Utilize a system to recognize the origins of an idea. This will help with citations later. Consolidate ideas. Similar ideas may be grouped together as subheadings under a main heading. Check off ideas. Use an ink pen or highlighter to indicate an idea has been put into a group. Create an outline to organize headings and subheadings. This can be a tool that allows you to visually map out your paper, including any connections between different sections or ideas. You can also use it to make sure you are supporting your thesis statement and claims and answering the research question. Some writers will outline using Roman numerals, letters, and numbers. Others will use bullet points or other symbols. If your instructor has a preferred method, use that one. Otherwise, find the technique that works best for you. The first draft is intended to get your thoughts and ideas into print. Write the first draft without self-judgment. This initial attempt will be messy and disorganized, so relax and just write. Strive for quantity rather than quality at this stage. Expect to revise your paper a minimum of 4 times. Good academic writing is concise yet complete. Remove the words that are not needed to make your points understandable. Do not concentrate on spelling and grammar at this stage. Instead, improve the paper's organization and the smooth flow from one subtopic to the next. Sometimes, reading your words out loud can help to identify awkward sentences or clumsy shifts in topics. After each revision, leave your writing for several hours or a day, then come back. While you are focused on something else, your unconscious mind is at work. This is a major reason to begin your writing well ahead of the final deadline. Editing and proofreading will be a repetitive process of rereading, revising, restructuring, reviewing, removing, and restating. When you proofread, you ensure you have used subjects and verbs correctly to avoid sentence fragments, avoided run-on sentences, correctly used verbs and avoided misuse, correctly applied subject-verb agreements, wrote in a consistent verb tense, correctly realized when and how to use pronouns, adjectives, and adverbs, applied comma rules. It would be a good idea to learn your instructor's opinion on the Oxford comma. Demonstrated the importance of sentence variety. Verified your citations are accurate and complete. Consider printing your paper since mistakes are sometimes easier to spot on paper than a computer screen. Spell check will assist with some spelling and grammar, but do not rely on it. Let's spend a minute talking about the importance of peer review. Having looked at the paper for days, weeks, or months, you might miss simple errors. Having someone else read your work can produce useful feedback on the paper's logic, clarity, and effectiveness. Put away your ego and welcome what used to be called the bleeding paper. Lastly, confirm you are answering the research question. By the time you have reached what you consider the final draft, your writing should be polished. Incomplete sentences, poor or non-existent transitions between paragraphs, grammar and spelling errors, and other characteristics of rough drafts should have been resolved. Additionally, the comments you might have received from peer reviewers should have been considered and possibly incorporated. Before you submit your final draft, you should review it one more time. Read the paper aloud. If something still sounds wrong, fix it before turning the paper into your instructor. Make sure you have completed all of the requirements on the assignment rubric. Ask yourself, is the assignment complete? Have I demonstrated I understand the assignment's requirements? Is the information appropriate to the research question? Is the information ordered in a logical way? Are the introduction and conclusion clear and related? Have I demonstrated I understand the ideas and methods associated with the topic? Are the style and tone of the paper appropriate? Do the sentences efficiently flow from one to the next? Is the wording appropriate, distinct, and accurate? Is the paper free of mechanical errors? Is the paper properly formatted according to the rubric? Next time. In the next video, we'll finish this section with part 2 and talk about several additional features of academic writing. Until then, thank you for your time. If you want to learn more about the subjects we have discussed, these are the sources used for part 1.